What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 predictions. And just for a second, let's appreciate this incredible playset from Jax from about 15 years ago. We might finally be getting a new one from Mattel, which will be cool. I mean, I already have one, which is a bit unfortunate that we might be getting one for me, you know, because they're so rare, but they are really rare. So if you want to see that unboxing and review, it's from like 2 years ago, but go check it out. I'll leave it up there. It's one of the first episodes of Dead Man's Deliveries. But yeah, we'll open the chamber up just to show you how that works. So yeah, it just opens up in half. That's pretty nice and easy. And here is the chamber, the match card. Let's just open the chamber door. Let's be, you know, official about it. Open the door, and here is the chamber. Obviously Triple H, this means a 5-match card. No, it doesn't. It means a 4-match card, because Elimination Chamber, we get 2 longer chamber matches, which means we get 2 other matches, which sucks for the mid-card guys, the mid-card title holders, the tag team title holders, the women's tag title holders, the women's mid-card title holders, you know. So there's some potential matches we could have seen on this card, but obviously saving them for Mania most likely. So yeah, there's Triple H. I'll get him out of the way now. He did say this was going to be like an industry-changing event, which you know, we've heard it before, Big Nose. All right, it doesn't really mean anything, does it? I mean, it could be. I don't know. Sorry about the camera work. I am holding it because I don't really have space for a tripod. But yeah, just want to mention Matt and Jeff Hardy back in WWE. That's awesome. Buzzing about that. Really hope they get a deal to make some more figures as well, because I really want some Ruthless Aggression Hardy's Ultimate Edition maybe. So yeah, just gonna mention that. Onto the women's matches. We'll get onto them quick because there's 2 of them. Up first, we have the useless tag match between Tiffy and Trish against Nia and Candice LeRae. Who cares? Honestly, it's just such a waste of a spot. I know Trish Stratus is back and big whoop and all that, but who cares? Tiffany and Trish should win because she's going on to face Charlotte at Wrestlemania, and she's the champion and she's the underdog, which it shouldn't be that way. The challenger should always really be the underdog, well, for the most part. And Charlotte might go on and just win the thing. Charlotte Hogan, I cannot stand her, man, honestly. But I won't get into that because I'll just keep talking about it. But yeah, I think Tiffany and Trish have to win this, really. The only other way I see it going is an interference by Charlotte that causes a distraction and a loss for Tiffany. Or maybe Trish turns on her, and maybe that's, I don't know. I don't really care enough about the match, to be honest. I think they should win. I think they will win. Onto the women's chamber. So we have Bianca, Liv, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, full name, Bailey, and Alexa Bliss. So I'm going to go ahead and rule out Bailey straight away, because she just doesn't have any momentum going forward into WrestleMania this year. You know, she's been on NXT. She won the Rumble last year. She was involved in Mania last year. One of the best matches of Mania last year with EO. And one of the best stories going into it. I thought that could have easily main evented night 1 if it wasn't for the Bloodline Rock, Cody, Seth Roman tag team match. I think it should have headlined night 1 and no one would have batted an eyelid at that, and that would have been pretty cool. But Elimination Chamber this year, not going to happen. Same thing for Naomi. I just think, you know, her, Bianca, and Jade all wrapped up in a storyline. We don't know what's going on with Jade and who attacked her. I just think if anyone's going to win it out of them 2, it's going to be Bianca, right? Roxanne Perez, would be really cool to see her win, as it would have been at the Royal Rumble, but obviously she had to be eliminated by Charlotte Hogan. Just too early for her, I think. Would be a really cool surprise, but no. Same with Alexa, you know, she's just came back. It would be a cool surprise, but then her versus Rhea, who's the face, who's the heel. Alexa's more of a face at the minute, I would say. I mean, I don't watch all of like the weekly shows, so I'm not fully up to date, but I'm assuming she's a face. Rhea's generally a face as well, which leaves Liv and Bianca. Liv obviously just won the women's tag titles, and she's involved with the Judgment Day and everything, which just leaves Bianca Belair for me. And I do think Bianca Belair will win the match and go on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, because obviously that's a huge dream match in the women's division. Bianca versus Rhea was always going to happen at WrestleMania at some point. You know, the only thing I can think of stopping that would be Bianca versus Jade, but that potentially happens next year. We could see Jade versus Naomi happen, because I think Naomi is going to turn out to be the one that attacked Jade. But yeah, I'm going to cut it there because we're already 6 minutes into the video and we've only covered half of the card. So yeah, Bianca Belair to win the Women's Chamber match for me. On to Sammy versus KO, the blood feud, the unsanctioned match, which, you know, it sort of is sanctioned in itself. So unsanctioned matches don't really make sense to me. If they're unsanctioned, why are you putting them on the card? I do like the idea of lights out unsanctioned matches, where it's like just after the show, everything goes off, the lights go out, the commentary leaves, and all of that, and like the fans are welcome to stay for it, because obviously it is actually on the card. But you know, they actually in kayfabe show that it's unsanctioned. They're not being liable for anything that happens, and I like that. I think that's a really cool concept, and I do plan on doing it in the Fed at some point when it does get started up. So just forget I said that up to this point. Don't be waiting for it. But yeah, I think Kevin's going to win this one. I think he needs to win it. You know, his momentum and his, although it would be better, it would be cool to see a spiral. I think we need to see this at WrestleMania, right? Surely they're not just wasting it on Elimination Chamber, where it's going to sort of just disappear somewhat into the middle of two chamber matches. Surely they're going to go on to WrestleMania and fight each other. I mean, it could have been for the WWE title, but obviously that's not going to happen because Cody's not going to drop it at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, which takes us on. So that is Tiffany and Trish to win the tag match, Bianca Belair to win the Women's Chamber, Kevin Owens to beat Sami Zayn in the unsanctioned match and hopefully continue their feud onto WrestleMania, which leaves us with the men's chamber match. As you can see, I have 4 men in the pod. So we got Seth Rollins, we got Logan Paul, we've got Drew McIntyre just hanging out there with his, he's also got a sword and a kilt on, because that's a brand new figure that I haven't unboxed yet. Well, I have unboxed, but I haven't unboxed on the channel. So if you want to see that, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, and you'll be updated when that goes out. And there's Damien in there as well. I've put those 4 in the pods because realistically I don't think they have a chance of winning. Damien Priest, I really don't think has a chance of winning, unfortunately for him. Seth Rollins, I just see his match being against Roman Reigns at this stage. Logan Paul will never and should never and will never win an Elimination Chamber match, hopefully, because he isn't as good as you think he is, Triple H. You know, he's not a good heel, he's just a dick. And you know, his match with Ray wasn't great because he couldn't choreograph it all. That's the way I see it. You know, fair enough, you train hard to be a wrestler, but it seems like he just trains hard on specific spots that he's in, and you know, outside of that, he hasn't done enough wrestling, you know, on the fly, adapting to things, improv and stuff. Drew's hanging out the pod because I think he has the 3rd best chance in this match. I wouldn't be mad at Drew winning. I do see him definitely winning a world title this year, but I don't think it will be at Mania. I don't think his story is at Mania. And while we're on the subject of the chamber match, here's some guys I would have liked to see in the chamber match. In my John Cena fantasy booking video, the farewell tour, which I'll leave up there, hopefully, I predicted this exact chamber lineup, I think, except for Logan Paul. I put Bronson Reed in there instead. A bit of wishful thinking. Obviously Bronson Reed is now injured. We don't know if that's one of the ways they would have went with it, potentially. Probably not. I mean, he probably would have fell into more the mid-card scene, if anything, and not been in this match. But 2 other guys I would have liked to see in it: Chad Gable, because I just love Chad Gable, one of my favourite wrestlers, and Finn Balor similarly, because we know we heard about Finn Balor getting a singles push into 2025. Obviously, that hasn't really happened yet. I don't think anyone really thought that it would happen before WrestleMania. You know, if you're going to get a singles push in 2025, that's most likely going to mean after WrestleMania, because he doesn't have anything to do at WrestleMania really so much, other than a potential Judgment Day breakup story, which will happen at some point. But whether him and Dom have a WrestleMania match over that is another thing. Yeah, Chad Gable just gutted he hasn't won the IC title. But yeah, that's it for now. Which leaves us on to these two men, CM Punk, John Cena, my two favourites for this match. My two favourites for the Royal Rumble, obviously neither of them won. Jey Uso won, and that's had a huge impact on the Chamber match. Obviously, if John Cena won, you know, he'd probably face his Gunther, or he could face Cody, I suppose. Or if Punk won, again, could have chose either of them. But, you know, it really changes the Chamber match, I think, because it sort of makes either of them more predictable to win it over anyone else. What a weird choice. But yeah, I think Punk's going to win it, to be honest. I do think Punk is going to win it. I think Cena at WrestleMania at the minute, it seems like his opponent is going to be this twat over there. The guy that drinks Prime all the time and does crypto scams and films dead bodies, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially John Cena's last ever WrestleMania opponent, which is just fantastic, isn't it? Come on. But yeah, Punk winning and going on to face Cody at Mania, I'd be fine with that, honestly. I'd be really annoyed that Cena isn't main eventing his last Mania. I think that would be a travesty. So I wouldn't be against Cena winning it at all. But the reason why I say Punk wins is just because of that man right there, which is weird, because when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is involved, generally it isn't about the Punk winning anything or having any sort of advantage, you know. But we saw that weird segment last week, and The Rock said he wants Cody's soul and he wants him to be his champion. I'm assuming Cody's going to reject that offer, as most people do think, which is going to open up to The Rock looking for someone as a challenger to Cody to become his champion, which opens up a CM Punk heel turn, I suppose. But will people boo CM Punk? But you know, the confrontations between Punk and Cody have been fantastic. The promos between them, incredible. You know, that is one of the main things I've got from it. It's really made me want the Punk versus Cody match at WrestleMania. Punk main eventing obviously is a huge thing for him. I know he said like literally yesterday that you know, main eventing WrestleMania isn't as big as it used to be to him. You know, it was always the goal, but it's not that big, you know. Bullshit. He definitely wants the main event WrestleMania. Dwayne Johnson took it away from him before, and he might give it to him this time. Why am I suddenly coughing? Am I talking too much? Probably. So yeah, Cena winning it though, I think is so interesting, because then I think him aligning himself with the final boss against Cody Rhodes is one of the only ways you can make John Cena turn heel. But I just don't see it happening. John Cena is not going to turn heel in his farewell tour, because no one's going to boo him. Unless he goes like full heel. Like I was thinking earlier, he could come out and he could just say, yeah, he'll win the title, when he just won't show up. And his gimmick on his heel run of his farewell tour could just be not showing up. I don't care about the fans. They only started cheering for me when I announced I was retired. Something like that. It'd be interesting. It wouldn't work though, I don't think, which is why I do think CM Punk is going to win and go on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. It will be very interesting. The Rock Cody segment will be very interesting, and it will be interesting to see where it goes from there. Hopefully The Rock is on TV somewhat regularly. You know, you've always got the option of The Rock. You know, if the Rock Cody segment is earlier, he might then choose either to, you know, look for a challenger in the Elimination Chamber and try and help them to win, or just become the seventh man because he's on the board of directors, you know, and just completely politic his way in. You know, he's done it before. He hasn't maybe done it in front of the camera before, but he's done it before. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, albeit I've got football tomorrow. And I've got to leave the house at 8:30. So I'm looking forward to watch it when I get in, I suppose, which is a bit of a bummer. Ugh. Well. Yeah. So, to recap, Tiffany and Trish beat Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. Bianca Belair wins the Women's Elimination Chamber. Kevin Owens beats Sami Zayn in that unsanctioned match. And CM Punk wins the Men's Elimination Chamber. And remember, CM Punk still has not cashed in his favour from Mr. Paul E. Dangerously, Paul Heyman. You know, he could use it to get the Rock off his back or something. Or maybe it sets up a Roman Rock match. Probably not. Punk Rollins. Not Punk Rollins. Rollins Roman. Rollins Reigns, you know. That's probably the match we're going with at Mania, right? And I'm fine with that. Obviously, Roman's not in the chamber, most likely, because he would have to take a pin, because he's not going to win it. He's not going to fight Cody again. I mean, it will happen at some point, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling, because I'm just going to keep coming up with different ideas that will probably not happen. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you enjoy Elimination Chamber tonight. And your predictions are better than mine. You know, only four matches, so you'd think I've got a good chance of winning all four. But yeah, easier said than done, isn't it? I don't think I've got all of them right on any prediction that I've ever done on this channel. But yeah, there's a first time for everything. Maybe it'll be this time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed, please do like the video and turn the post notifications on after you've subscribed. In the wrong order. Comment down below any of your thoughts, your predictions, how you're watching the chamber, whatever. And any video suggestions you do have, any videos you'd like to see on the channel, and I'll try to get to them ASAP. Yeah, that's it from me, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. John Cena wave.